What a good day. Sun's out, birds is chirping. What should I do with my life? Hmm. I think I'm gonna go and defend Hoyoverse. Hoyoverse. Everybody here, they're watching the lore, they're reading the lore. Pretty good, pretty good. Wait, what does that guy say? He says he plays Genshin for the combat and he just wants a skip button? Oh no 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 no! No! What do you mean you want to skip button? What do you mean you don't play for the lore? You play for the combat? You play for the exploration? No! You're homophobic! No, you're racist! You're worse than her! Honey, you're screaming again. I really miss you. You haven't been out your room in 3 days. I please come out. No, Mom, just get out. Leave me alone. I have more important things to do. I need to defend this billion-dollar company. People are really complaining about asking for a skip button. Genshin fans are genuinely one of the most annoying individuals on planet Earth. People ask for a skip button, and guess what? They act like you're worse than Hitler. They act like you're homophobic. They act like you're racist. When genuinely, you pushing all these players away are probably worse than, I'm not going to say that word. But let's just define Genshin for a second. Genshin is not made for the lore. Genshin is an open world exploration action RPG. You're supposed to go in the game. You're supposed to escape life. You're supposed to actually explore, do combat, and have fun. That's what games are all about, having fun. But Genshin players, they wake up and it's like, oh my gosh, if you don't play the game my way, then it's the highway. Only people can play for the lore. They can't skip any dialogue. They have to read every dialogue. And if you skip a single second of dialogue, you are a LARPer and you don't deserve to play the game. I just want to ask you guys something. You guys care about the definition of your company, right? Which is Hoyoverse. You guys love Hoyoverse. You want Hoyoverse to succeed. Hoyoverse doesn't know you. Hoyoverse doesn't care about you. And Hoyoverse actually hates you. You guys push away all the players. Hoyoverse doesn't care about what you feel. Hoyoverse doesn't care about how happy you are about the lore. All Hoyoverse cares about is making money. If you play the game, you obviously know Sandrone. Now, Sandrone in the lore had a longer skirt. So, and then when she came out, she got a shorter skirt. Now, I want to ask you guys, why did this happen? Was it because in a battle her skirt got shortened? Was it because maybe she thought a shorter skirt is just better for fighting? No, because she doesn't fight. She's just a robot. So it's because they want to appeal to gooners. Because you who read the lore, you don't make them that much money. You play the game for 13 hours daily. You wake up, you log on the game, you defend it from Redditors on the internet, but you don't make them money. The people who make Genshin money are the people who wake up and stare at an anime girl's bongs all day. Now I want to ask you guys a serious question. Who do you think Horverse values more? The lore person who wakes up, gets rid of all their players who don't play for the lore, plays the game for 13 hours daily, and is a consistent player? Or the person who just plays to see some bongs bounce on the stairs? Buys every new character that comes out because he just loves looking at their bongs and plays the game for 13 hours a day. Obviously, the guy who is a goon out individual. You see what I'm saying? Hoyoverse does not care if you play the game for whatever game way you want to play it. Hoyoverse just cares if you play the game and you make them money. If people play the game, they're going to make them money. And that's what you guys don't understand. Let's say I play for exploration. So Chaska's banner just came out, and I'm like, I see that her Eidolon 4 makes it so I can ride on her bike for longer. I really love exploration, so I'm going to buy this character, and I'm going to spend money to get him Eidolon 4 so I could just play the game for longer and have more fun. Therefore, he's making the game money, meaning Hoyoverse loves him more. But you want to push that player away because he does not play for the lore, and he shouldn't be a part of the community. I like playing for the combat, so I'm going to keep buying all the new meta supports, all the new meta DPS, so I can just keep playing this favorite game, so I can have more fun with the combat. and he buys every new character. He buys the important meta item lines, and he buys the top tier supports. He's making Hoyoverse a lot of money. And then you come and wake up and you try to push the player away because they just want a skip button. Like I said earlier, games are intended to be fun. When you wake up and decide nobody else can have fun than me, you are a horrible individual and you wonder why you have no friends and you're alone. You wake up daily and wonder, I just want to ruin other people's day instead of actually being a kind individual and supporting somebody however they play. You act like Hoyoverse makes you money. You act like if you get the skip button, you have to use it. If the skip button comes out, you don't have to use the skip button. The skip button is an optional choice. And you might say, bro, why are you making this video? They just added the skip button today. No, the fuck they didn't. What they added is a option to skip dialogue. So basically, and you know how when you're playing a story game and you have to wait for the character to finish talking and doing their little walking animation, and then you can move on to the next dialogue. Now it's like you could just spam X and immediately just skip through the dialogue. They didn't add a skip button. All they did was maybe if the story content is already like 10 hours for like one story level, right? Meaning they just cut it down from 10 hours to 11 hours. Whoa, that is such a good. Oh my God, that is the best intervention that God has descended on planet Earth. Oh my God, Hoyoverse is the kindest individual ever. They just saved me 1 hour of my life. Wow, I gotta go on Twitter and glaze Hoyoverse and anybody who says anything bad about him. Oh my God, I need to dox them. I need to call them worse than Hitler, and I just need to ruin their day because Hoyoverse just gave me head. Oh yes, yes. Now listen, when the skip button comes out, because eventually it will, maybe 2 years from now, when the game starts falling off 5 years in the future, and they're like, how can I get all the players back? They're gonna add a skip button, right? When the skip button comes out, you don't have to use it, right? There are players who don't want to use it will already use it. Listen, what you guys don't understand is the people who want the skip button are already not using the story, right? I want somebody, let's say I want the skip button, right? Hypothetically, I want it. I'm already not reading the story. I'm playing for the exploration. I don't care about the story. I just like exploring the world because it makes me feel like I'm playing Breath of the Wild again. I'm playing for the combat. I don't care for the story. I just want to get the new characters and fight new mobs because I really like the combat. I don't care about the story. I'm just playing so I can see anime bongs bounce all over my screen every 5 seconds. So no matter what, even if the skip button doesn't come out, you guys who complain about how saying if the skip button comes out, people won't understand the lore. They are already not understanding the lore. So it's like, no matter what, nobody's losing because if the skip button doesn't come out, if the skip button comes out, the people who are already not reading the story will continue to just not read the story, and the people who are already reading the story will continue to just read the story. So even if the skip button comes out, nobody on planet Earth is benefiting less besides nobody. Genuinely, everybody on Earth is benefiting. Especially, listen, you guys love gacha. You guys love gambling. You say people who just hop on Genshin to gamble are LARPers. That's what they want you to do. When you come on here and shame somebody for gambling, you are making them get out of their addiction. So hypothetically, thank God that you are shaming people for not playing Genshin. Because if somebody shamed me for being a fat chud, I would be like, hey, I'm a fat chud. I play Genshin 22 hours a day. I don't brush my teeth. I don't shower. I'm going to improve my life. That's how I would feel. But Genshin doesn't want you to do that. They don't want you to improve your life. They want you to be a fat chud and play for 22 hours daily and not brush your teeth and just immediately hop on the game. When you wake out of bed, your first thought should be, Hugh Tao, how am I going to make Hugh Tao the #1 player on the world? How should I make my Hugh Tao better than this famous other YouTuber's Hugh Tao? That should be your first thought. Not, should I brush my teeth? Should I talk outside? No, they don't want that. So you shaming people for it is, again, just ruining the player base. And again, if you care about gacha currency, which a lot of people, listen, why do you think gacha games give out anniversary rewards? Is it because they're kind? Is it because they care about the community? No! It's because people play gacha games to gamble. People like gambling. I like gambling. I have a gambling addiction. I was in therapy. I went to therapy for my gambling addiction. I played Persona 5 Phantom X, CCN, Genshin, Star Rail, ZZZ, Wuthering Waves, Morimen's. What other games? The Sword Art Online, both Alkalization one and the other one. So that's two right there. Point is, I played at least Cookie Run Kingdom. I played at least 20 gotcha games. And I know that's not good for me. So I'm trying to take a break from most of them. But that's what they want you to do. So you again are just ruining their money. So they want you to hop on the game and gamble. So they're gonna give you these free rewards, not because they're kind, but because they want you to gamble. So when you get those rewards and you finally, when you log on after a year because you don't like the lore, you just wanted to get the rewards, you could summon for more characters, and then you lose your 50-50, they want you to spend money and not, they don't want you to hop on to care about the lore. They want you to hop on to spend money for that next character. They don't care whether or not you skip the dialogue. They just want you to log on and farm them for their next character. Now I get why hypothetically they won't add the skip button. It technically, if they add a skip button, right? A lot of players will come back. A lot of players will come back. You see, what you guys also don't understand is they have a fear now. Since you guys know that the average story content will take you months of your life. If you start from Mondstadt right now, it at minimum is taking you a month straight of your life to get caught up to the current story. A lot of people don't have that much time on their hands. So instead, they're like, if I already can't get caught up in the story, if I already am too far behind, I'm gonna have to spend this much time to finally get caught up, and I can't enjoy my game anymore if I don't read the lore, because that's what Reddit guy number 467 told me, then maybe I shouldn't play the game, and then I just quit the game, causing the game to lose money. But if they did add a skip button, a lot of players will come back. A lot of players will be like, maybe I have time. If I just, I could skip, I could get caught up, and I could read. Because listen, most games, they don't just let you skip. In games like, I'm not comparing it to Wuthering Waves. Let's say ZZZ. In ZZZ, when you skip, it gives you a brief summary of everything that happened. So even if you skip, if you read the summary, it will tell you everything that is happening. Will it be a good summary? Maybe not, but it's going to at least summarize it. So let's say hypothetically, you could know about 60% of everything that is going on. And then when you have that 60%, you can go on the internet, look up SNES Laya Lore 10-hour video and watch it in these sections where you have time. What's it called? Inazuma 10-hour video, and then watch it when you have time instead of forcing yourself through it and then get burnt out because Internet Fat Chud 24 told you could only enjoy the game if you have lore. That's what I'm just saying. You guys are genuinely just killing your own game. All they care about is literally money and retention. Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say. They might believe that if they add the skip button, people are just going to skip through all the dialogue. And if they skip through all the dialogue, the quests are already like 10 to 12 hours long. So if they skip through all the dialogue, that means they're going to have less player retention. People are going to hop off the game faster. And they're going to lose money. But that's not true at all, because there's so many players that want to get back into the game, but they feel like they're so far behind, they'll never catch up. And you adding that skip button and giving them that freedom is going to make them come back to the game. But you fat chuds will never understand that. And instead, you'll go call somebody a homophobic Hitler bum for wanting a skip button. It's saddening. Like, I'm genuinely breaking down. Like, it's crazy to me. What is so bad about somebody not liking the story? If it was so bad, they wouldn't add it in their other games. If it was so bad and they only wanted, listen hypothetically like this. If the game only wanted you to read their story, right? Why the fuck is it in their other games? It's just a good question. Games like Star Rail, they have a story. Now, I would say some of the story was trash. Bellabog was good. Jingzhou was all right. Penacony was pretty trash. Amphorius was pretty good. I haven't made it to the final islands of New World yet because I'm taking a break because like I said, I'm trying to fix my gambling addiction. I'm gonna come back in the future for Ren and Gilgamesh, but the story's pretty good. but there's a skip button. So even if they, so hypothetically, your whole point about the game just wanting them to be a story, if it was just a story game, they wouldn't have a skip button. Star Rail is a big story game. It has a skip button. ZZC, it has a good story. From what I heard, I didn't really. I read up to like chapter 1 and then I quit the game. So I don't really know about chapter 2 and beyond. But I heard it has a good story. So again, I don't know why. If it's such a problem, they wouldn't have added it to ZZZ or Star Rail. Wuthering Waves, people praise Wuthering Waves for their story. Guess what? It has a skip button, meaning if it was such a bad problem, they would not add the skip button in any of these other games, especially Wuthering Waves, because like Wuthering Waves is exactly like Genshin. They're not exactly alike, but they have so much similarities. They are literally only 20, they're only like 10 steps apart. They are have so many similarities to each other. So if it was that bad, Wuthering Waves wouldn't have done it. But they didn't because it's not a lore game. It's not just about the lore. People play the game for other reasons. They play the game because they want to see, bound bongs. They play the game because they want to explore. They play the game because they want to combat, not just because they wake up and want to read the lore. If they wanted to read the lore, they would have read a book on Amazon. And I feel like if I had to dictate a law, because this is what you got. You guys are colonizing the species. You guys just want everybody to conform to you. If you guys aren't reading the lore, if you guys don't play the game exactly how I play the game, you're worse than Hitler, guys. You're worse than Hitler. I feel like anybody who discriminates, anybody who like makes people feel shame for how they play, they should just kill them. Ooh, I can't say that. I can't say that word. Anybody who discriminates like that, like if I had to make a law, right? If I had to go sell my soul to the devil and say, hey, strike down anybody who genuinely makes people to feel shame for playing a game for a way that they don't. Like, for example, in fighting games, right? Even spammers, right? Most spammers are just zomers. They're not spamming. Now, yes, there's obviously the guy who's Hadoukening you and across the screen, but that's easily counterable. If you're good at the game, you're going to easily just perfect parry all of his Hadoukens and then get meter off of it. And then, oh my God, since he was spamming Hadoukens and you perfect parried all of them, now you have full meter and you could just easily punish him in the corner and there's nothing he could do about it. That's just a skill diff, right? The zoner, right? The zoner isn't just zoning. They have to play picture perfect. They're maintaining mid ground. They're trying to keep you at a distance while trying to be close enough so they can start a combo off of you. It's not just them spamming. And again, if they're spamming at the side of the screen, you can perfect parry or counter their spamming and then get a combo off of it. So it's really just a skill diff. That's how it is in Genshin. Other people play the game. If you don't like the way they play, so what? And also, you can easily just move on with your life. Also, everybody has their own life. That's something I need you to understand. People were raised differently than you. Let's say you were always a nerd. Let's say you always just like reading. I love reading. I love Osamu Dazai, No Longer Human. I love The Catcher in the Rye. I love The Bell Jar. I love Dreaming Jewels. I read lots of manga. I read Goodnight Pun Pun, Evangelion, Homunculus, Boy on the Track. The Boy is Abyss. Blood on the Track. The Boy is Abyss. Fire Punch. I just read Sugar Life. Happy Sugar Life. I love reading, but I don't want to hop on the game and just read. When I have time, I could read. So it's not like adding the skip button. You guys also don't understand it. If you add the skip button, it doesn't mean they will never read. It means they don't want to read right now. I can skip all of the story. I skip all of the story, right? Hypothetically. And then after I skip all of the story, when I have time on a random Sunday, after I got off of my 20-hour shift, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to search up all the story and read it. You don't live in these people's lives, right? Hypothetically, you want money for your company. You want Hoyoverse to succeed. So if you want Hoyoverse to succeed, why are you scaring off all the players? Why are you pushing off all the players? Why are you making them feel unwelcome? Even then, even if you don't care about the company, what does it have to do with you? What does random guy 23/7, if he just plays to see girls walking up the stairs and looking at their, weird, you can say he's a weirdo. You can say whatever. But even still, it has nothing to do with you. His life your life or across the world. You will never meet this guy ever in your life. So what does him doing this have to do with you? It has nothing. Him being a gooned out bum who doesn't read the story, okay, you can have that thought in your head. It still has nothing to do with you. Him exploring the map and doesn't read the story, you can say, oh my God, he's a LARPer, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter. Guess what? He still has nothing to do with you. Listen, as you can tell, I'm getting angry. So we're just going to end the video. I'm getting really angry. And if I keep going, I'm gonna tell you guys that, like, I fully believe some people should just be slaves. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, some people, if I had to strike a soul and give my soul to the devil, and I had to become a constant slave, just mining for the rest of my life in order to make anyone who says dumb shit like this become a slave again, I would do it instantly. I would do it instantly because it feels like you shaming others for you. Maybe you just don't feel loved at home, and that's why you shame others. You doing that and ruining other people's days because you're a loser is just, oh, it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. Oh, it's unacceptable. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna say some wild things if I continue it. As you could tell, I'm talking about slavery and shit. So we're just gonna end it. Goodbye, guys. Bye. Hopefully we get to 100 subs soon. We're at 96. We've been at 96 subs for like the past week. I really want 100 subs. Like, this is a big accomplishment to me. I really like subscribe, guys.